637, the immaculate John Farrisman car. 619, Alan Thorndike, surprisingly racing a different car today, and he was also a winner at our last National Hot Rod meeting. Great to see a visiting driver here today. 109, George Smith, very welcome indeed. We hope George has a nice day. On the outside of George is 694, Pete Ilsey, and at the back of the yellow graders, 609, Ian Sorrell. George Smith, a man with considerable experience, I'm hearing. So let's see how George goes. Nice new car he's racing here today. But it's 615. Tony Smith has made the early break. 619, Alan Thorndike charging well. And surprisingly, 666 Keith Gibb being dropped. And not running as well as he did here a few weeks ago. 615, Tony Smith then, the early race leader. 615, the race leader from 619, 109, 637. The leader, 109, George Smith, going round the outside of Alan Thorndike, who back across 637. 615, the leader from 109, 637, 694 and 609. Tony Smith then looking very composed indeed. 109 and 637. George Smith and John Farrisman chasing hard, but enjoying, well, their own private battle for second place. We're halfway, Bob. Tony Smith gets a wiggle and a waggle on there as he came out of the fourth bend. And that's given 109, George Smith, new hope. He throws it into the bend sideways. George Smith is trying very hard indeed now to close the gap on the less experienced driver. 615, Tony Smith in the lead from 109, George Smith. 637, John Farrisman time. And Tony Smith has got to stay cool here. He'll see George Smith in his mirror. 615 has got to keep his composure. 5 laps to go now, Bob. 615, Tony Smith, the inexperienced driver from Brentwood. Can he hold on now? He's got, well, somebody who was a big name a few years ago, 109, George Smith, on his tail. And Smith is the man who makes a mistake. Went into the bend too fast there, almost lost it. 109 in trouble, 615. Breathes again, 4 laps to go. 615 and 109. 615 Tony, 109 George, and now they are nose to boot lid, going down the back straight. 3 laps to go. 615 the leader. 109 second. 109 looks for the inside line. It wasn't a serious attempt, just trying to kid the other man. Tony Smith looks up, oh my God, he's there. And now they've got 2 laps to go, and George Smith tries it on the outside. A serious effort this time. It's a little bit slippy around the outside with the dust, as George Smith has just discovered. 1 lap to go. 615, Tony Smith, the local man. Can he hold on? He's on his last lap. 615 and 109. 615 and 109 going down the back straight, and George Smith is really going for it now. There's a back marker in the way too. It's going to be a dive for the line. Here they come. Who's it going to be? It's 615 from 109. A beautiful finish there. And the red flag, please, Bob. 37, John Farrisman, and 109, George Smith. Those two going very well in the earlier hot rod heat that we enjoyed. Coming round to the blue graders now, a man who was a winner last time here at Arena Essex in the Nationals, 629, Howard Purnell. And in fact, Howard is one of the drivers who's qualified for the Race Video World Championship semi-final to be staged here in, well, it's just 2 weeks away now, June the 5th. What a meeting that's going to be. The top 40 hot rods in the country in the first English semi-final for the world final being held later on at Ipswich. 6:09. Ian Sorrell, the early leader then as they go down the back straight. The visitor, George Smith. .657, Tony Paxman is the first man to challenge those yellows, and Paxman gets past Smith on the back straight as Ilsley makes a challenge, a successful one on Sorrell. 694, Pete Ilsley, the new leader. The Blues catching up with the yellows, the Reds begin to close in on the Blues now. 694, Pete Ilsley, the race leader, from 637, John Farrisman. 657, Tony Paxman. Oh, and John Farrisman and Pete Ilsley just clashing as they went into that bend there. Neither driver benefiting, and it's Paxman who takes the lead with a very perceptive bit of driving. 657, Tony Paxman is the new leader. Or is he? 694, Pete Ilsley has come again, so to speak, and he's gone back into the lead. 109, George Smith is in there, and this is absolutely fantastic hot rod racing with Tyler in there too. 603. Out there indeed. 694, 109, 657, all jostling for first place. 694, Pete Ilsley, the race leader, from 109, George Smith. 657, Tony Paxman. Meanwhile, at the back of the grid, 639, Ricky Hunt has got past Wright and Brooks, and now challenging Stewart. At the front of the grid, 694, Pete Ilsley, looking more competitive than he's ever done before, and looking really good here. 694, Ilsley from 109, Smith. 694, Pete Ilsley, the race leader. 109, George Smith in second place. 603, Alan Tyler looking very patient and looking where he's got a bit more. 694 leads from 109. 657 and 637. 603 is there. A classic hot rod train here with 680, Colin Weldon leading the next pack. And 639, Ricky Hunt up into 9th place now. Laps to go. 694, Pete Ilsley managing to hold on despite some tremendous pressure from behind. 694, 109, 657. And now 603, Alan Tyler tries it on the outside. There's no reward for sticking to that inside line. You've got to try it, and Tyler's going for it. 694 still leads. 109 still weaving about behind him in second place. 657, Paxman still there in third. And 639, Ricky Hunt now challenging for 8th place with Bernie Diamond. 694, Ilsley, the race leader. 109, Smith second. Tyler trying it on the outside. Pinnell trying it on the outside. Hunt trying it on the outside. Here they go. Problem in what's probably a big book of racing for this man. Oh, blimey, almost in a fence there. And George Smith loses his position after that error. Meanwhile, Howard Pinnell has been driving on the outside rails for the last 8 or 9 laps. And Ricky Hunt's going to try and use it now. 639 moving up with 4 laps to go. 694, Pete Ilsley sixth place between 680 and 639. Tremendous stuff from Colin Wilder and Ricky Hunn. 657 Paxman on Ilse. John Farrisman is third. And they've all just had the 2-lap signal, so it's now or never for the Nationals. They've got 1 lap to go. Bernie Diamond in trouble at the back, but now this is the last lap of a magnificent heat. 694, Ilse leads. Tyler tries once again on the outside. Ricky Hunt on the inside. Paxman trying it on the inside. Tyler slingshotting all the way around the outside. It's a dive for the line. It's Ilse, Paxman, Farrisman, Tyler, Hunt, Smith. Red flag, Bob. Tremendous race there. And incredibly, Pete Ilse, 694, hanging on for 25 laps. He'll never be under more pressure than that. And what a magnificent victory for 694, Pete Ilse. Final, 615, Tony Smith, already a winner today on pole position. We've introduced all the other drivers before, and right there at the back you can see the man who currently leads the Arena Essex points, 639, Ricky Hunn. A fabulous lineup, the fence being sewn up, 30 laps of the track, £100 to the winner, courtesy of Phillips Insurance. Drivers, start your engines. Good to see that Colin Brooks and Ricky Hunn both repairing their damaged steering from that third hot rod heat. But it's 615, Tony Smith setting the pace on the home straight. 612, Alan Stowe in trouble on the back straight. 615, Tony Smith, the race leader. Here he comes now. 615, Tony Smith. 109, George Smith. 657, Tony Paxman. Tony Smith is beginning to pull away from George Smith. From Northampton, George Smith is in the lead. Tremendous battle at the back of the grid. Ricky Hunn and Alan Tyler trying to get past Ian Sorrell. Alan Stowe spun it. Tyler's passed, and now Hunn trying on the back straight, on the outside. 109 meanwhile, still leading from 657 and 637. 629 retires, amazing. 109, 657, 637, 694, 603 and 639. Very little to choose between these cars in terms of performance. It's all down to driving skill. And 109, George Smith. Looks as though he may have got it right in this final. 13 laps gone, and he is in command. 109, George Smith. 657 and 637 have kept with him. 694, Pete Ilse being dropped in fourth place. And now Tyler and Hunn have got to get past him. For fourth place is Tyler and Hunn. Mount an attack on Ilse. Tyler around the outside, Hunn on the inside. And we are halfway, and they've got to get past quick, otherwise they're going to lose sight of the leaders. 109, 657, 637 and 639. Ricky Hunn is up in the fourth place. .109, 657, 637, 639. Control. 109, George Smith, the race leader. From 657, Tony Paxman. 637, John Farrisman. 639, Ricky Hunn. 109, George Smith, please. Next time around, as the race hots up for second place now. 639, Ricky Hunn right on John Farrisman. car as they go down the back straight again. Some very deep braking going on from both men. Meanwhile, 109 George Smith remains secure in first place as the battle goes on behind him. 109 the leader from 657, 637 and 639. And they'll have 2 laps to go next time, Bob. And 639 is up into third place. 109 the leader, 657 second, 2 laps to go. 639 is now third, 637 fourth, and having a very good second half of the race, 633. And 109 takes the checkered flag from 657 and 639. I will have the red flag now, Bob, please. Full result, folks, in just a moment. Check out the central pages of your programme and you'll see the wide range of services that Phillips Insurance have on offer. And one of those services is that they sponsor national hot rod racing here at Arena Essex several times each year, and we thank them for that. And so will George Smith when he gets his first prize from the pair a little bit later on. And here he comes now for your applause all the way down from the Midlands, 109, George Smith.